So the second myth, smoking is merely a choice. What does that mean,
Well,
Doc?
well, okay, let me be candid about this. No, yes, indeed, to smoke or not to smoke is a choice, but that is only for the first time. Okay? After a few cigarettes, that claim no longer holds true. Addiction to nicotine, being a highly addictive substance, can happen very quickly. Before one knows it, you can no longer get out of it. So we have to remember, Iba, that most smokers started at a very early age,
Yep,
before the age
yep.
of 15, right?
Majority of the people who've been on our show, well, they did
Yeah,
say
they
15 years
crave.
old, high school.
Yes,
That's when they started.
yes. And most smokers didn't choose to be in the circumstances where they were in as much as in a much similar way that we were never able to choose which parents we would be born from, or friends or neighborhood we would grow up with. Well, but and remember that one of the greatest influencer in a child's life is and character is what they see from their parents.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That the example they see is what they will imitate sooner or later in life. So
It
if you
is.
have parents who are, or a father who is a smoker, then chances are his children will be prone to smoking themselves.
It's like religion, right? If
Yes.
your parents are Roman Catholic, most
Yeah,
likely that
you
the
become
kid's
a
gonna
Roman
be Roman
Catholic.
Catholic as well. And also, how can this be a how can people say that this is a choice when in the US there was a study done that
Mm-hmm.
said that over 70% of smokers want to quit smoking,
Yeah, actually,
right?
it's
If
90.
they
Yeah, actually, 90% wants to quit smoking.
90%.
70% of them, yeah, who attempted to do so. No?
So I mean, if it was a choice, then it would be 0%, right? Every single smoker be
Right.
like, I don't want to quit. So again, myth
And
busted.
myth busted, yeah. So you have to understand that addiction to nicotine really happens very quickly. Yeah, we already mentioned before that one puff of cigarette can reach your brain in just 7 seconds. Ba?
Yep,
And all
yep.
succeeding puffs will continue to saturate your brain, the receptors there, releasing the pleasurable hormone dopamine. It's making you crave for more. Okay. So once this scenario sets in, you become hooked on it already. It's no longer a choice. You are already compelled by the addictive nature of nicotine.
So yes, it is not a choice; it is an addiction. So yeah, myth busted. Smokers want to quit. Majority of smokers really want to quit.
Yeah.
Okay, the third myth that we are going to be talking about is smoking occasionally is no big deal. Now, and also added to that, there are filters that make them safer, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of a double whammy. Like,
Double one. Yeah, there are two myths actually here.
mm-mm.
One is smoking occasionally is no big deal. That's one. The other is filters make them safer. So those are the two myths here. On smoking occasionally, or the so-called the social smoker, binge smoker, or low-level smokers, these are smokers are led to believe that they are not included in the health warnings for cigarettes. Truth be told, they are. Every cigarette puff makes your body vulnerable to its harmful chemicals. There is no safe level whatsoever. So, although indeed, just like viral load in COVID 19, more frequent exposures to smoking and chronic use increases your exposure to the toxic chemicals and make them accumulate faster in your body. Smoking occasionally still exposes you to long-term risks. So whether it's occasional or frequent, you are still exposed to long-term risks. Dinadamage yan ng DNA, ng mga DNA in our cells. including the main or the key genes that protect you from cancer. These are what are being destroyed or damaged when you smoke cigarettes.
Pero Doc, like I brought up Breakfast at Tiffany's, Audrey Hepburn. She had that long stick. And then yung uso dati, di ba? Yung mga women would carry it, this like long stick and may cigarette at the end, or some people they would buy like these plastic filters, right?
Yeah,
And then
they've
they
been
would those don't help.
actually initially. So you know when these filters came into being, it was after the U.S. Surgeon General made pronouncements that smoking causes cancer to the lungs. That was in 1964. And these filters came out as a result of that. So, well, it's a
Marketing
false.
ulit.
Yes,
Just
it's just like to so people will not be afraid. So they put some false sense of security in there, wherein it's not really helping any. Although uh, I don't know how it came about, but in 1970s there's an epidemiological study that showed that there's a 20 to 50% reduction in risk of lung cancer for long-term smokers of filtered cigarette as compared to smokers of non-filtered cigarettes. But later studies debunk this, indicating there's similar risk for lung cancer of both filtered and non-filtered cigarette smokers. So,
so the latest science basically says that you know what?
no,
It's the
it's
same
not.
thing. It does not help. Now, the occasional smoker, because there's some people who don't get super hooked. Like I was really hooked, right? I was pack and a half a day. Some
Mm-hmm.
people would smoke maybe like during social occasions lang, maybe one or two
Mm-mm.
cigarettes a day. Um, Obviously, there's a difference in the quantity,
Yes, like viral load, I told you
like
already.
viral load. Yeah. It's a carcinogen load,
Yeah,
right?
but people should be informed, okay? That, okay, this smoke damages the DNA in cells. And there are actually 40,000 cumulative mutations that's caused by smoking in the DNAs of cells. Now, they are probably thinking that for them to develop cancer, all these 40,000 mutations should happen. No, it's not. Actually, what happens is even if only one mutation, if the smoke hits the right gene, DNA for that, then you will develop the kind of cancer associated with it. So, meaning, hindi mo na kailangan guluhin lahat ng DMA. The DMA, the 40,000 mutations, you just have to hit one DNA mutation there. And you will cause now a cancer that's probably somewhere else in your body. Okay? So occasional smoking still poses one to develop cancer, among other things. Aside from cancer, of course, we know already that you also have cardiovascular problems, respiratory problems, urogenital problems, reduced fertility, increased risk of ectopic pregnancy, and many others. There are about 40 different cancers actually, and
Okay.
many smoking-related diseases.
Again, it is a lottery that you don't
Lottery.
want to participate in. One
Yes.
cigarette is a ticket. Diba?
Yes.
So,
One puff.
uh, what casual smokers are still at risk. Yan.
Yes.
This is really helpful stuff, Doc. And again, to people who are watching, if you have loved ones who are trying to quit, please share this with them and please subscribe
Yes.
to the Quit for Good Facebook page.
That's right.